So, you just got off Tutorial Island, you just started in the world that is called Gielinor, but you don't know what kind of account you want to make. There's so many different options. You have a main, like this guy. You have a hardcore Iron Man, it says, because look, his name is Hardcore Monkey. You have this random person that's just walking around, probably discovering the world just like you probably are right now. And then you hear about something called a skiller. What is a skiller? What is the concept, the embodiment of a skiller? Well, very simply put, it's someone who equips this. The very first step is equipping their training bow or their short bow. I'll show the training bow at least in this part of the intro. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, you could be this guy, you could be that guy, you could be this guy, anybody, but you choose to be someone that does none of that and instead decides to forget his combat or his or her combat identity and decides to do maybe runecrafting only, construction only, flitching only, crafting only. You get the idea. I'm going to be showing you all of that, how to do it from step 1 all the way to step, I don't know, 10,000. And not the shortest way possible because I guess to end the intro here, we're going to be going on a path where you begin the first step into a path of 10,000. Yes, that's the intro, by the way. Good morning, guys. This is Wise Old Skill, coming back at you with another episode of the Wise Old Skiller series. Today I'm going to probably just be focusing on what I regularly do, but before I do that, some changes I thought I'd make, right? Because now that we're approaching like episode 5 territory, episode 6, episode 7, etc., I thought I'd go ahead and reveal some like changes I'd like to do, maybe give you some insight on how I'm doing IRL. So this is how I am IRL. So recall maybe last episode or a couple episodes ago I talked about having and it's not like I'm doing it intentionally of course, but I said something like, "Oh, I'm like Asmongold. I have like my YouTube persona and then my actual persona. This is actual persona talking." So anyways, yeah, so the past few days like I literally started this series I believe on Tuesday. Uh Tuesday, May 13th. So that was like a literally off the cuff thing, literally spur of the moment thing. And now here we are. And as a result, I realized that one of the feedbacks that I got was that I should be doing these like other series content creators, like say for example, like Oda Block. He has his whole PvP series. He's just only showing highlights, correct? And now I can understand. Now I can see the logic behind that because to do things as you do them would probably in theory, like I said, reach to the point where we're like episode 1000 because I'm doing everything as I play, and that can become a little bit problematic in terms of, you know, people who want like consistent and organized content. So, I think so what I'm trying to say is like I think we're entering a period where I'm even having burnout IRL. Like I'm like 2 episodes behind at the time of this recording in terms of like editing and putting things together, mostly because of the aforementioned reason. I keep talking, "Oh, you talk too much, you're yapping." Like that's exactly what I'm doing now to now inform you guys that some changes are going to be made, right? So like first of all, this episode, I'm going to probably, do a mix of what I regularly do in the previous episodes. But not only that, probably like emulate, which, by the way, no confusion. Do not count episode 0, okay? I think I'm going to just make that clear once more. Do not count episode 0 when I'm starting to talk about episodes. Like, literally go off the number you see in the playlist, because that's how I'm going to start referring to them to avoid confusion, to avoid anybody who's watching this either now or in the future, right? You're going to hear me, you're going to see what I'm talking about, and yeah, it's going to get really confusing. So I thought it'd be, like, very clear, very upfront. Please go off this episode number, which should be. If I remember correctly, this should be episode 4, right? So yeah, welcome to episode 4, guys. So for right now, I think what I'm gonna do is just cut it off here, stop the yapping, and get right into the gameplay. I'm not gonna do this one live off the cuff. I'm just gonna probably focus on what I was originally intending on doing, which was I'm going to start looking to make some money because I'm not going to be a beggar. I'm not going to be someone who's going to constantly ask for donations. Like, right, I mentioned that episode 2, or rather episode 1, one of those, You can do that if you absolutely want to, but I showed you what kind of things I would be doing with your donation, if that makes sense. Like, I will show you exactly the amount you gave me and what I'm going to do with it. And that is the most honest, that is the most upfront thing I can do. I don't know what else I can say, right? But anyways, enough yapping. I'm gonna get right into this. This is gonna be a combination of highlights, a combination of yapping. But my point is TLDR. We're moving slowly towards the highlight aspect, just for my own, I would say, mental health, for the sake of like the amount of work I've put into, which is great, which is awesome. But yeah, I kind of need a break, but I don't want to give up, if that makes sense. Anyways, moving on. So now we're logging in. I think the last thing I did when I last logged off, which was yeah, now I remember. I was doing a bunch of stars here. As you can see, I was like an Alcarid Bank, but I think I want to continue the questing grind here because it is almost approaching the 48-hour mark for how I want to, stay in the clan chat that I'm in, which is skill city. Oh, did I get kicked? Uh-oh. What happened? Uh-oh. Okay, okay, I got a heart attack for a minute. I was like, whoa, 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 they actually kept their word of 48 hours? Oh my God. Okay, anyways, I think I'm gonna just continue the questing spree, so, I think in one of the episodes I did Cook's Assistant, Doric's Quest. Like, mind you, this is non-Wise Old Skill. This is off-script Wise Old Skill. Because I was just trying to show you guys in that little like role play how easy it is to just pop out of nowhere, have all these items in your inventory, and people just accept that. Oh my God, he has all of that, But I think I'm going to do exactly that, but as me right now. I think that that's another thing about authenticity. Hint, hint, episode 0. Yeah, because like there's a thing with that, right? Like you have a persona, you have a non-persona, and I think I'm gonna just drop the whole act, unless you guys want me to. Feel free to leave that in the comments about how you want me to direct the stage, if you will. Because that was the whole point of episode 0. I was gonna like, oh yeah, reveal that I'm just two people, wise old skill and then non-wise old skill, but I guess I'll just be authentic for now. It's way too much work, man. It's way too much work to balance. Hi, the day here in Alcarid is so majestic, so filled with opportunity. I must go into the desert and start doing desert. Like, no, I can't do that all the time. That's really exhausting. Unless you guys want me to. I don't know. You tell me. And that's what the whole point of this episode is, to just like be me, do me, in a non, perhaps cringe way. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna just pause it right here. You'll see me in next clip, probably starting a series of quests, like quest completed, like I always say. So give me one moment. I'm gonna do some research and see what I can do in terms of that. Give me one sec. Light of how I'm going to do the quest Daddy's Home, or rather mini quest. But I guess on the topic of mini quests, I should probably look into doing Enter the Abyss, right? And to do that, I think I need to complete Rune Mysteries, which should be easy in theory. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna use this time to show you guys the quest helper, right? I don't know if you saw this in previous episodes, but basically this is a major time saver in terms of showing you where to go, showing you what to do if you've done this a million times like I have. And once again, refer to episode 0 as to my philosophy behind this. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Neither here nor there. What I'm going to do then is, yeah, I'm just going to talk as I do the quest, right? So, basically, this quest, literally takes like 5 minutes. It's more cutscenes than anything because, you're not really doing like talking. You're not, well, you are, but in the sense that, it is supposed to be the intro to construction. For the longest time in this game, the construction skill was just kind of there. Nobody taught you how to construct. So therefore, how are you supposed to be a master house builder, right? Like, and I'm talking like before this quest released or before this mini quest. How are you supposed to be a master constructor if nobody taught you how to construct? Ah, yes, the wise old man in me, right? So that's why I'm going to do this, to get it out of the way. It's a nice early game construction XP. I think it gives you like, I think up to level 8 or level 5 or something. But that's close enough, right? Like that's good enough for me because I do intend on getting 99 construction somewhere down the line. But to do that, I need, and yeah, let me not say this, but like, anyways, like I need people's help, right, as one part if they are willing. I'm not saying they have to. But the other is that I'm going to look into runecrafting. I'm going to look at woodcutting. Like this is the thing that I'm talking about, that I want to make every single last bit of GP for this account, by this account. And to do that, I think I need to kind of just, you know, work on myself in the sense that can this guy get out of the way? Remove the broken items. Oh, that's my fault. Yeah, in the sense that you gotta just like be self-sufficient like in Iron Man, but not in Iron Man. You're a main. I'm a main account, but choosing to play without the combat, right? So, there's just gonna be some things that I just want to feel like I accomplished and not just feel like I got, but absolutely up to everybody's discretion, whoever's listening. You can do that. I don't mind. It's completely fine. I will show you how I will intend to um, use your money, right? Like that. That's what I'm saying. Like when I look back at some of these clips too, by the way, I look at how I was talking in both Wise Old Skill and Wise Old Skill, and I remember I might have brought it up in a completely different episode, last episode, whatever, that like I just felt bad because they people can't interpret how one is. Like that's why I was making it absolutely crystal clear that this is who I am now. I'm probably going to stay this way so that I can save myself some mental exhaustion, mental fatigue, if you will. And it's like it's part of the persona, yes. And sometimes I can go a little bit overboard where I might say and do things that I do not really mean. Like if Hunter, if you're watching this again, like do not take what I said at episode one, continuity wise, like episode one, like do not. That is not me, okay? And if it is, and if you felt some type of way, please DM me, please let me know. I completely apologize, okay? With that said, yeah, it is like a thing that can get a little exhausting. So that's why at this point I kind of just want to like go at my own pace. I kind of made that clear in episode 02, like, oh, this is gonna come out as I see it fit in IRL terms. Like everybody has IRL, I have IRL. Um, even though I'm in a pretty unique predicament right now in my life, and that will be a story time for another time. Maybe, I'll make like a milestone right now goal, like I probably didn't on video. But here on video, I'll say to construction. I'll say that yeah, guys, if you want to hear my story as to why I even started this three construction, feel free to leave a comment below. But not only that, I want to say if, because I'm just starting small, right? Like this is just something like completely off the cuff, completely off the beginning. What will give me sort of like a motivation, if you will, to continue is if I start seeing, some sort of like engagement, some sort of thing that will give me the thing that, oh, this is wise old skill. I like this dude, right? I'm not saying that I need that, like I need it, right? Like it's just like I mentioned this episode zero. I'm okay with one viewer, like that's fine. Because some people, like say for example on Twitch, they stream to just their only friend, and then anybody else that comes along, like that's just the cherry on top. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like I know for right now my audience, quote unquote, is just anybody who decides to click on this in the Skill City Discord. But for right now, I mean, six construction. For right now, I think what I want to say is that yeah, like I really want to be open and honest with you guys. I really want to be like a person you can not trust. I mean, if you want trust trade me one bill and I'll give it right back, quote unquote, right? But it's like yeah, that's what I want to achieve as well, right? Like I don't want to be that like GP is nothing, man. I have one bill myself. Like why would I steal your one bill? And you might say like, oh, because you now want to build. No, 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 no. Let me just end this topic here. My point is that I want to be that dude that you kind of just tune out or not tune out to. Uh, eight construction. Not that you tune out to, but you kind of just listen to, but also trust while you're doing whatever you're doing, right? And I think to do that, I have to be open, upfront, honest, like within reason, within like limits, right? Because I know people have boundaries and stuff like that. Like that's why I once again was trying to like not hint towards donations, but it's for a reason. Like I don't want to rely on that. I want to show you guys a series, not a begging or donation series, unless you want to see that. That's why I want comments and stuff like that. That's why I want engagement. So I know where to go with this series. Where I know what you want to see, correct? So if you're listening, if you're seeing this, that's what I'm inferring. Anyways, I'm back in the G. I'm gonna end it here, the clip here, and we'll go on to the next quest, which is Rune Mysteries. Alrighty, so basically, this is basically just talking simulator, to be honest with you. The way you start this is you go to Lumbridge, and you gotta talk to the guy on the second floor. Now, quick story time. I remember when I was a young wee old lad. I remember back in like 2011 scape, 2009 scape. So right before EOC, right before free trade came back, or maybe it was during free trade, the like 2011. You kind of just like could talk to this guy, and he'll give you the air talisman, and you could like say, "Oh, I lost it. Oh, I lost it," and then now you would like farm air talismans. This was a legit money maker back in the day, to the point where I think I collected up to like 10K when I was a kid. I just had that time. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So, it was like something that I realized that now you can't really do because, well, you just can't. Like it just, as you saw, like when I dropped it, you can like now pick it up. The game recognizes, hey, there's an hour talisman right there. What do you mean you don't have one anymore, right? And those were good times. Those were when I used like that was my stronghold of security. I'll be honest. Like that was like my free 100K into the world whenever I started a new account. It was really like low key, like under the table secret. But as time went on, I'm sure if you're hearing about this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how you probably did it yourself, right? So I thought I'd just let that out. But anyways, like I said, Rune Mysteries here is all about the talking. It's all about the yapping, like I'm doing as you're seeing me do it. So that's the beauty of this quest is that you kind of just can just talk to people, teleport. That's why membership is so huge and such a benefit here because really, I mean, I'm not doing much. I'm just going to point A to point B. Recall that I think I talked about like one small favor. That quest is this quest, but on some stuff, right? Like I can't say for YouTube reasons. Yeah, like that stuff, right? It's just like so like insane to me how that was even conceived as a quest. You know what I'm saying? That was even like in concept a quest where, you can't really um do much outside of the talking. Like I think at one point you actually fight the boss, but then oh my God, dude, like it's insane to me. Like you can't just not talk to people for what like it was insane to me. So when I was in the wise old skill persona, like I was just mentioning how like there's going to be something I'm going to be doing in this series to absolutely nullify, absolutely negate all of this combat, and it's going to have to be with the farming skill. You'll see what that is like if you want to. Spoiler alert, it has something to do with a type of explosive. Don't worry, YouTube, I'm not talking about anything crazy. At least I hope you don't think I am, but I am seriously. Okay, let me just reveal it then. It is poison dynamite, okay? You want to know what it is already? You want to know the strat ahead of time? We're working towards belladonna, right? If you grow belladonna, which, mind you, the only way to grow it consistently, if you're, say, like an Iron Man or something, which I would not recommend you do because that is insanity. Do not do this. But you would go to Draenor Manor. That's why I bought these teleports because I'm thinking ahead in a way. Like I'm thinking, hey, I'm gonna need that farming later, to get the Belladonna and stuff. So yeah, this is going to be my way to farm that because Belladonna has like I believe like a 6 hour or 12 hour growth time. And mind you, I did mention something crazy like, oh, guys, we're going to complete Watchtower, even though that says it needs level 4. No, you can actually start this quest without even having the 14 magic requirement, which means that you can actually just get right to the part where you have to use the belladonna you farmed, hint, hint, right from farming skill, and then that quest opens up a region called the Scabbard Caves, which is basically your infinite source of belladonna. Congratulations, quest completed, right? Like, or but do not complete the quest, do not, right? Like, it's just I'm trying to say like that is a skiller's only method of combat ever. Like you're gonna see how I even get the setup, which I can show you. I mean, I would like to get the drip. Let's just say for the sake of argument, I get leather body G, leather chaps G, right? Like this is gonna be the drip. I'm telling you, like this is best in slot skiller combat. I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna just leave this clip here. Excuse me, and we're gonna move on right to the next quest in the next segment, which is Enter the Abyss. Ah, yes, my favorite quest of all time. I'm not kidding. Oh, excuse me. I really like this quest because it boosts your rune crafting to the point where you kind of just skip air runes. Like, once again, I like telling the story time here, but essentially, back in the day, to even start rune crafting, you had to just straight up get rune essence, or if you were free to play, pure essence. If you were pay to play, walk up to the altar, craft. That literally was the skill from 1 to 99. There was nothing in between, and there was something where like I think in 2011 Scape or 2009 Scape when I was like just starting, I heard about a mini game that I wish would come back to old school. It was so much fun. It was called Great Ore Project, and essentially in Great Ore Project, you kind of acted like it's like Quidditch. If you really like Harry Potter, if you know Harry Potter Quidditch, that's exactly what it was, minus the like broomsticks, right? And you would like play the mini game, and then at the end it would reward you pure essence or rune essence based on how much progress you made or how much you if you guys won or lost. There was a way that it, and then I could see that being a thing in old school now where like you kind of just do that as an alternative to GOTR to 99. Like really, I'm not kidding. Like as a skiller, you can do traditional methods. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you can do say blood runes to 99 once you unlock 77 RC, which I don't mind doing, but at the same time I do because see the thing with rune crafting is that you kind of want to get it out of the way as early as possible in terms of like just getting the cape when I mentioned in episode 0 that you kind of like want to eat your vegetables first, it's for a reason. It's so that you don't demotivate yourself and get too used to like having too many early game levels. Like I think if you really think about it, getting say 99 agility for example, one of also a big mountain to climb in terms of skiller progression, you're benefiting yourself tremendously. That's why I went ahead and got 20 agility right away because you kind of like get this like power boost in terms of run energy and stuff like that. Like they recently made changes to agility to reflect that change. And to do that, you kind of like want to dedicate to something that is benefiting you, like eating your vegetables. Like for me, immediately after this episode is done filming, I'm probably gonna just go to the gym IRL. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna train agility IRL. I'll probably, hopefully, not train strength IRL, right? Yeah, I'm four strength. I mean, not four strength. I'm one strength, excuse me. And yeah, I will train strength on. I'm a main account IRL, by the way, guys. I hope you know that. Like, I'm not a skiller IRL. I don't do all of this IRL. I would like to, if somebody want to pay me, like to chop a tree and then build them a house. I'll have my 99 construction, my 99 woodcutting go to work. Yeah, sure. Um, Neither here nor there, but like basically, you know, it's really just that. Like, you really have to just get your most hated things out of the way because it will help you, benefit you. That's always been my philosophy. That's always been my thing where like I kind of just am accustomed to getting the really boring stuff out of the way, the really, things that don't matter to some people because I think that's what makes you unique. That's what makes you want to really like move mountains IRL, metaphorically speaking, right? Like you can just if you can conquer 99 rune crafting, bro, you can conquer anything. But anyways, there's the quest done. It's gonna get me 9 rune crafting. There we go. So that I start earth runes. Now, you might think that this is the end of this clip, but I will tell you that you are wrong, respectfully, because now what essentially this does is that I'm going to use this time to well, firstly preview what the next segment or the next clip is going to be about, but also I'm going to use this time to buy up some supplies for literally 4 levels of runecrafting. But not only that, if you remember from previous episode when I was AFK stars, I bought element rings, right, or ring of elements, and this is for a reason. Once again, for a reason. Doesn't have all of the charges. Like I only have see 1,000. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy some pure essence, which is like literally dirt cheap, like 1 GP. I don't know how the hell that happened. And I'm just gonna buy like 4,000, right? It's nothing crazy. And what we're gonna do is also get an earth tiara, right? Because I don't want to use a talisman. Earth Tiara, and I believe that should be it. I have enough dueling rings. I have everything. So our typical runecrafting setup is going to go like this. Equip the. We're going to put we're going to put away the wise old man for a minute, or wise old skill, and we're going to equip this tiara. And essentially, we're going to equip a dueling ring, or rather, here I'll put it this way. I have my dueling ring already like left clicked ready for Castle Wars. So as you can see, I'm gonna just go to Castle Wars, for example, one click. If you guys want to learn how to do that, you can go. I'll show you from my custom swaps thing right here. Like, look, you go to custom menus swap. I have to find it. It's somewhere in here. But you see how I did this with the like glory. I did this with the elements, right? Like, it's like so beautiful how you can just like make the game easy scape in your way. Hence the philosophy in episode 0. You kind of just want to change the rules a bit. But with Jagex's discretion, right? If this is on, they clearly said, I quote, they clearly said in a I think a podcast that they do, the like Rune Chat thing, it's like, oh, if it is on the plugin hub, you are free to download it. It is not against the rules. Okay, fair enough. I hope I don't get banned like episode 96 because of what I'm doing now. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's why engagement, a sort of hint, like, hey, Wise Old Skill, you probably shouldn't be doing that, right? Like it's part of the honesty thing too. It's part of the upfront. Anyways, I'm yapping. If you want the line of quote unquote code, I think I found it right here. It's where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, this is binding necklace. Oh, we'll get to this in a minute. Okay, here, remove Ring of Dueling and then replace that with the line that says Castle Wars. Oh, wait, that works now. I think this used to not work, actually. This used to, like, never actually worked as intended because there was a point in time where, you see this menu? This was never here under the rub category. Because when you would click rub like I do right now, it would only come up to this. Therefore, you would have to go through the dialogue to get to this, like Castle Wars, right? But then they made an update, I think either last year or sometime. Yeah, it was definitely last year, I remember, that made you now have access to this so that you can now program this, if that makes sense. So that's why now Ring of Duelings are kind of like a sort of one click but with charges. Like I do the same logic here if you want to see it. I do the same logic here with all the glories, all the eternal glories, right? Like it's just it's sort of something that helps with the efficiency, right? Like you kind of want to not you don't want to do this. You don't want to go, "Oh, Castle Wars, blah blah blah." Thankfully, I can press 2 on my keyboard or I have a button mouse, so I can just do press 2 on my button mouse. And then yeah, boom, like right, and we have the whole setup. So, to wrap up here, not like over drag a segment here. I'm going to now park my character here, show you what a typical early game, quote unquote, rune crafting setup. It's not going to be the rune crafting setup forever, but if you want to follow it, feel free. Anyways, give me one sec. So here you go. Let's say you are level 9 runecrafting in my case, or level 40, level 50. Um, Really, I think if you want to be a traditionalist and go the traditional route, it'd be 9 to 14 fires, or I'm sorry, 9 to 14 earth runes, 14 for the rest of the skill if you want. Like, let me just make this very loud and clear. 14 for the very rest of the skill could be 14 fire runes to 23 lavas, then lavas all the way to 99. Like that is a possibility. That is one route you can take. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. However, I will now impart some wise old man to say that I think it's more beneficial. Well, hold on. Let me just actually show you something. Let me hold this thought real quick. So, or rather, let me get it out of the way before I forget. I think it's more beneficial if you do the route I'm about to show you that I've done numerous times and will never stop doing because of how crazy, I wouldn't say efficient it is, but crazy, um, I don't know, like building up it is. What I mean by this is the following. You just do Enter the Abyss like I did. You now have access to Earth runes. You do Earths to 14. Or rather, what is the level for Enter or Guardian of the Eye? Uh, where the hell is it? Temple of the Eye. There we go. You get 10 rune crafting. Literally, you need to go to the Earth Altar twice, and you unlock this quest, which is what we're gonna do next. And then that quest gets you, I believe, I'm not saying I know, but I believe it is like in the 20s, like 23, 24. And then boom, you unlock GOTR too. And then right there, you could just park your character if you're a madman like me and just do GOTR to 99. Like, what is the problem with that? I think you get runes if you're an Iron Man, great. Like, if you're a regular Iron Man or skiller Iron Man, get all the runes you want in the world. Especially for the Ring of the Elements, because how are you supposed to get law runes if you're not getting them from, like, say, shops or whatever, right? I don't know. Like, I think Guardians of the Rift is so fun. And call me crazy. Guardians of the Rift is so much fun for me because I just sit there, I'm chilling, and it's kind of like a passive runecrafting training method. Like, I'm not doing banking, going to altar, banking. Like, I'm in a way doing that when I start with the rocks, then having to make the essence. But that's the fun part. Like, I think it's more engaging, more relaxing runecrafting than just the sweaty runecrafting that I can show you later in the series if we ever get there. But anyways, now that I make that point very clear, very crystal clear, my inventory would be as follows. Since I have no pouches, I would put my ring here. But if I had, like, say, colossal pouch, I would put it here. We go elements. We go, well, we have the tiara. What else do you need for rune crafting? I think that's about it, really. Like, look, I think this is literally the setup right here. But probably, I wouldn't need it. But let's say you want to do this till 14. One stamina pot wouldn't hurt. Because it's not like you're losing out on a lot of XP off 1S. It's like, come on, bro. Anyways, what you're gonna do is do this, go Earth Altar, and then we're going to now, as you can see, I have like a little path because I was trying to figure out what was the shortest path to get to the altar based on where you get teleported into from, if that makes sense. And then boom, done, teleport, and 10 rune crafting. You might not have seen it, but it's here in the chat, right? Like boom, 10 rune crafting, done, and yeah, that's about it. So basically, now I can start Temple of the Eye. So see you in the next clip. So here I am in the GE. We're about to start Temple of the Eye, which I'm going to probably struggle finding a way to yap on for like 10 minutes straight for how this quest is going to go down. Like I think I'm going to do exactly what I mentioned at the start of the episode here and just show the highlights of me completing it. Because this is going to be way too long of a yap session that not even I can imagine or think of how I want to do this. So what I'm gonna do is, by the way, while I'm here, buy a mithril pickaxe because I now have the level for it. I hope it buys. It does not. Feels bad, man. Look, I'm gonna just buy this at 1K. Please, nobody scam me. Okay, nice. And now I have, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen here, I have all my requirements for, rather, hard requirements, not soft, for the start of the quest. So I think it's missing something here. I feel like at some point you do go to the Wizard's Tower, so this is a little bit misleading. I have done this quest a million times, and I feel like you do go to the Wizard's Tower, or what they ask you. Oh yeah, they ask you like, hey, can we teleport you there? And why would I say no to that? Anyways, we're gonna just teleport to Al-Kharid or Al-Kharid, however you want to say it, and we are going to head up north and start talking to the wizard here. And yeah, I'll just do the highlight thing that I said because, like I said, actually, before I do that, let me show you the start of the quest. So that's a highlight, and then we're gonna do up to the part where maybe I'm actually, spoiler alert, in the actual Guardians of the Rift part. But yeah, you'll see what I mean by that. Anyways, we say hello. How are you doing? Can you teach me how to be a better rune crafter? Because I just got 10 rune crafting. That's what you need for me. I'm the best rune crafter in all of RuneScape. I'm quite the wise old rune crafter. You kind of need to help me here, man. And oh yeah, but I have something that needs. As a matter of fact, I have something that needs attention right now. Can you help me? Sure. Yeah. Just go to this guy over here. I have this weird talisman. I need you to show it to him and see what that is all about because I don't know what the hell it's referring to, what it means. And yeah, you can just be my best friend as a result of that. Okay. Bye. Okay, guys, I thought I would, show the like highlights part, but here we are. Hello. We got our first school random, so this should be pretty easy, I hope. I'm always afraid of clicking the wrong things here, even though I see what the pattern is. And oh, story time real quick before I leave here. Really, really quick, I promised. Back in the day, you had to like they would tell you which door to leave, right? So like they would say, "Oh, go through the green door," and that was because it was supposed to prevent bots to like just leave like we can now. But I don't think they cared too much about their random event bots, even if that was a thing that people would make. But just a quick fun fact, quick history, quick way to show. And as I stated in episode 0, excuse me, voice crack. Episode 0, I said I have like 17 years playing this game. That's part of that. Like I remember a lot of different things that people might not. But anyways, yeah, that's our first school random. It's great that we've got like the museum out of the way. Perfect timing. Because now I could just dump that into Slayer, and I think I could get 10 Slayer off this. Let's see. No, very close, but yeah, this is how we'll slowly build passively train Slayer because one Slayer milestone, I suppose, is that you want to unlock the ability to kill Mogres, which are 32. 32 is milestone, a journey and a half, at least in the early game of a skiller, because you can't really train this skill consistently without breaking this or starting this, which is the PD. Like you can go tutorial, get a task that allows you to say kill like rats with PD. Like that's very basic Slayer. He's a level 1 Slayer master for a reason, but like supposedly as the tales have told, there is a way to quote unquote consistently train it, which I might have not spoiled, but rather hinted, maybe whatever. Like you can complete dig site. Dig site is a major bridge gap closer because you can actually not only go to Fossil Island. Oh wait, I just stole from it. You can not only go to Fossil Island, but you can also sort of just do museum. Museum as in like the cleaning finds. Like one small yap session before I get into the like highlights of the thing here. Really, there's so many accounts that you can make in this game, okay? And as a result of that, you have like certain limitations that you can and can't do. Like skillers, for example, cannot do anything combat, but they can at the same time. You see what I'm saying? And you can bypass a lot of those problems by just going to the quote unquote museum. And you can clean the finds there, and there's like a 1 in like 25 or something chance that you get a lamp from it, where that lamp is worth exactly excuse me, exactly 500 XP. And you can train things that you normally can't train, so people just build accounts around that stuff, and it's like wild to me that that's even like a thing that people do. It's crazy. So, there's a guy I know from, because I have a defense peer, like a 99 defense peer, not a 1 defense peer, and there's people, okay, that like dedicate thousands of hours building their accounts like I intend on doing with this account. And the one of the ways they do that is they go to museum and bro, they like, oh wow, I just hit that. They like okay, so there's a type of account for defense peers called the 10 HP defense peer. Bro, like they go to museum, stay 10 HP, excuse me, and never get a single point of hit points. It's wild. Like I'm just like, how? How do you do that? And yeah, there was a guy that came to my first ever 99 party on the game, which was runecrafting. Hence why I might even title this episode the crafting of the runes, right? Or whatever I come up with. And probably I might even preview this whole episode way in advance because, like I said, I'm kind of behind on the editing at the time of this recording. So really, I think it's hard to really balance a lot of things. It's hard to really balance even the persona, the act. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is like probably even show you guys, as in the Skill City guys. You guys on YouTube won't see this until you do. Um, how I intend on making the episodes from now on. Like I want the feedback mostly on this one, just so you can tell me how I did on this one, please, if you can. Anyways, I'm going to call it here, or not the episode that is. I'm gonna call up what is it? What is it? The the yapping about runecrafting. Oh yeah, or the museum. Yeah, like museum is like crazy. We'll do that like literally episode 10,000 if we ever get there. Like that's what that's going to be about when we get 99 Slayer, or how we intend on getting one of the methods, because there's multiple methods at least now in 2025 to get 99 Slayer on a skiller. But I'm just highlighting some different accounts that you can actually create that would, in theory, be the only ways to train certain things as a result of your account build, if that makes sense. Anyways, guys, I'm going to now probably play a series of highlights for Temple of the Eye, call the episode here, and yeah, actually, yeah, what I'm going to do is it's not that I'm going to hold off on editing episode, I believe, 2 and 3, but rather I'm going to focus on this one in terms of editing first so I can get the feedback. It's going to be like 3 episodes in the future for whoever I intend on showing, but also it's going to be something I prio now so I can see if I did well with this one. I definitely think I did. I definitely think I struck the balance that I was referring to at the start of the episode, where it's like partially yapping, partially playing. However you guys want to interpret this, however you guys want to help me with this, that would be great. But yeah, I think I'm going to close the actual commentary part, and the gameplay, I guess, goes with that. Anyways, highlight reel will follow after. So here we go. In this part of the quest, we have to like get a number to him to solve the puzzle or whatever, and we're gonna tell him that number. Uh, or rather, get a puzzle. Oh, yeah, we gotta get the puzzle still. So what I'm doing here is just showing you like something I'm gonna do as a sort of meme. I hope it's not cringe. And we just talk to these wizards, right? We talk to every single one of them. They're gonna give us like hints towards this puzzle, and then we talk to him. He's gonna ask me, "What's 9 plus 10?" And I'm gonna say 11, which if you know the meme, it's 9 plus 10 equals 21, but I saw 11 and I'm like, oh, all you gotta do is change the tens digit to 2 and you get the meme. Like, I'm surprised Jagex, like, didn't do that. That would have been funny. Like, it was a missed opportunity, but it is what it is. Um, anyways, yeah, just wanted to show that real quick. Anyways, oh my gosh, I wasn't even talking this whole time. You might have heard like dead air for like the past 20 seconds. Anyways, I was saying that I'm starting the recording here because all throughout this quest, you kind of get runecrafting levels as you go. And as a result, you kind of just want to highlight or showcase every level. That's what most series creators do. I'm kind of like studying them as I make this series, but at the same time, like I said, I don't want to be a one-to-one copy where I'm like doing everything that they're doing and stuff, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the whole point of this segment, the whole point of this clip, is to show you guys that yeah, if this is what you want, please let me know. But here, I'll say like, oh look, I just got well, I didn't get a runecrafting level here, which is weird. Every runecrafting level I've gotten, I want to say like, oh, 17 runecrafting. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like little highlights, but I don't want to do them in like 14 rune crafting, 17 rune crafting, turning to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to do them as they get them because I know I'm going to get them as I do this quest. And so, now that we're almost wrapping up Temple of the Eye, and perhaps next episode might just be a whole ass, like, GOTR sesh. But I don't think I want to do that because I realized all throughout this episode too, I kind of like, I kind of was mentioning and emphasizing farming as like a sort of thing I should even be starting even before I did all this, right? Because you kind of want to like train that as you do things. That's the whole point of farming. There is an active quote unquote farming training method that you can do as if you were doing like runecrafting. It is like literally at runecrafting XP pace. It might not be at regular farming XP pace in terms of when you like go watch your crops and then you get the XP from that. Like, no. Like, I think you can definitely train farming actively through Tithe Farm if you have full outfit, if you have everything, and at that point, you're basically runecrafting farming, if that makes sense. But anyways, I think yeah, we're about to wrap up or close in on the quest here, so I don't think I'm gonna go just yet, although it kind of sucks that I'm walking now. So here we go. This is probably a runecrafting level. Nope, I guess not. We're gonna just be like kind of like chilling, right? We're gonna just like take our time in a moment that is clearly being depicted as something like urgent, right? By, the if you know the lore of this quest at least, right? Excuse me. I gotta put the cell down, right? I think that's what I do. Talk. Yap. Go to this guy, and boom, I think this should be quest complete. Now, there's going to be a little cutscene here that I'll be talking in the middle of. Boom, we close the portal. It's at this point that I think I'll mention, because I think I just recently said, like just now, a whole GOTR episode will be in order, of course, but that will be more highlights. I think that will be a reflection of the highlight thing, whatever. And not to mention too, like if you haven't already noticed, like runecrafting is like my favorite skill of all time. Call me crazy, right? But I love this skill to death. It's so real, quote unquote relaxing for me. So I don't know, like I just want to like dedicate segments to that, but not something like I'm doing now, like talking over, like no way. Unless you guys want that, like a whole hour podcast of just a little bit of me, but with GOTR playing in the background, sort of what I did with episode 4, which you'll see prior to this one in the YouTube sense, but I'll show Skill City this episode to see if they absolutely love it, if they absolutely want to, see more of this, right? Because I need that feedback. This is where your feedback matters. Please, guys, I need your help, okay? I don't mean to do the thing I mentioned at the start of even like episode 0, for example. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's quest complete. So now we should be, in theory, 27 rune crafting. Oh my God. And would you look at that? I am now in GOTR. Awesome. This is like what I call home, man. Like, this is like my bread and butter. Like, I love GOTR. I love refrigerators. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the episode for me. I'm going to actually put this one together first, even though it does not make sense to do so, because ideally I would want to release the things I have yet to release, blah, 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 but this is the one I really want feedback on, okay? With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, do the YouTube thing, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.